China is divided. It is a rich and fertile land where harmony once ruled, and may yet again. But now, the once proud capital of Luoyang lies in ruins, and all along the Great Yellow River, a terrible conflict rages. Dong Zhuo, the tyrant who once held China in his iron grip, is beset on all sides. A coalition of warlords has formed to defy his rule. The wise Chancellor Cao Cao, the noble Liu Bei, and the great General Sun Jian have combined forces to thwart him at every turn. However, it is a marriage of convenience. Even now, the cunning Cao Cao looks beyond the fall of Dong Zhuo to his own future conquests. He has planted a spy in the court of his ally, Sun Jian, south of the Yangtze River, and watches for his opportunity to strike. Lady Sun, Sun Jian's noble daughter and one of his finest generals, leads her army in the east. Around her, she feels 1,000 unknown eyes watching. There is a rustling in the trees and a dark secret in the mountains. The trap is set.
It is quiet here, brother. Too quiet for my tastes. Something feels wrong. Shh! There! Movement in the tree line. An ambush is imminent. We must be ready. If we cross the river, we could escape through the southern gates. Or we could attempt to survive the ambush through force of arms. This hill would make a good defensive position en route, should more forces arrive. Prepare for battle, brother, and may your blade strike true! Our comrade is under attack!
You have been ambushed. You must reach the extraction point if you are to have any chance of evacuating your forces.
Hello everyone, and welcome to an ambush battle showing off Three Kingdoms Total War on my channel for the very first time. So last week I was flown down to San Francisco by Creative Assembly to give Three Kingdoms a try. So in full transparency, all of my expenses were covered on that trip, and I have to say, CA were very much looking for feedback throughout our demo session. They were actually actively seeking out negative feedback on things that they could improve in the future, which is kind of great to see from a development studio. Of course, if you want to see more Three Kingdoms on the channel, please do let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoy what you see, leave a like, very much appreciated. So what we have here is an ambush battle. They're showing off the new ambush mechanics for the very first time. So previously in Total War games, you could only really either win or lose in an ambush battle. Now you can actually escape if you think you're going to lose, so you can get your heroes out of there, because heroes, so the two family members that I have here, so brother and sister, for the Wu family, if they die, they are dead permanently in the game now. Sorry, the Sun family. So we've got Sun Quan and Sun Jiang, I believe. I might be wrong there. I'm very bad at pronouncing the names. I'm also very terrible with names. So each hero also has a unique trait. So the one we're going up against at the moment is a strategist. So they get kind of tactical buffs throughout the game. My sister here, she is more of a duelist. So she will excel at kind of engaging other heroes one-on-one, and she also has a couple of abilities that can really hamper other heroes, especially to use just before a duel. So the Heartseeker that you see me attempt to use there, I think I failed this time, but they can take down a lot of health from other heroes. So this is the first wave of the ambush. I think I did okay. All of my units are still alive. I am playing on the normal difficulty. There was a normal and a hard difficulty on the demo. Here you can see I'm just trying to figure out the microing, and I didn't realise that not all people can duel. So the strategist, he won't engage me in a duel, which was a little frustrating. So I'm just going to go kill him, you know, one-on-one. Without the duel, and you can see like I've managed to round him. Sun Ren. And you can see each of my heroes are responsible for 4 units each. And now I'm going to try and move to the second point of the ambush battle. So that's actually where they advise you to go for the second bit. And the only objective I have is to defeat all enemy units. I'm pretty bad at microing, but I'd say I did okay in that first wave at least. So you can see here I'm sending my cavalry to take out swords. Cavalry, it's kind of like any strategy game really. Cavalry are very good against swords and archers, but they're very weak against spears. Swordsmen will beat spearmen. Archers are weak to anything kind of hand to hand. And yeah, so I thought an ambush battle was an interesting choice to show off the game for the first time. I would have preferred, as you saw from like the campaign flyover that I would have shown at the start of the video, that's what I would have preferred to, something like a map with vibrant colours to really show off the game. But I did still have a lot of fun on the ambush battle. I'm a big fan of Dynasty Warriors, so I'm actually really looking forward to Three Kingdoms. And here we can see there's another army coming in from my escape point. So you can either try and fight your way through there, or you can just hold your ground, which is what I'm going to try and do. Now, if you look down on the map in the bottom right, there's actually an army coming from behind, and you'll kind of see that I didn't notice that. I had my eyes focused solely on the army coming close to me, that I just kind of completely ignored the army from... Oh no, that is the right army. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so confused. But I figured it'd be nice to kind of show the units right up close here. So you kind of get an idea. I really love the lantern effects here. So at nighttime battles, you'll see the kind of the standard bearers and other units kind of holding lanterns high above their head, which is really nice. Like the lighting here was very, very nice indeed. So of course these battles are going to be familiar to anyone who's played a Total War game before. I'd say definitely similar-ish to kind of, well, actually any of the older Total Wars, well, set in that kind of time period. So, you know, if you played Rome, if you played Shogun, you'll be familiar with this very, very quickly. Okay, so here we go. We're a little bit closer to the battle here, and I'm going to try and send in Sun Ren. Ah, here you go. Yeah, I got hit from both sides. I wasn't really expecting that. Hopefully we'll see a duel. I think I fought a duel in this one. But and actually, yeah, my commander here is being attacked by both of their generals, Sun Quan. And my spearmen are being attacked on all sides. And okay, so here we go. Sun Ren is engaged in single combat.
A general must use all their
So these duels are really nice. I didn't manage to get any kind of big close-ups of animations. You kind of see a couple here, and they clear an area around the battle. So the units will all kind of like watch whoever the outcome of the duel. So there we go. That was one of my abilities to like knock an enemy down and take away a bit of their health. I managed to get my cavalry behind the enemy lines, constantly flanking, constantly showing my dominance of the battlefield. So the duel is continually going on, and the units are still kind of fighting around, but they're also observing their generals fight here. So I'm just trying to hope that my abilities will come back, or at least I'll kind of take down enough health. Here are some kind of close-up animations. This is probably the best kind of one-on-one combat we've seen in Total War so far. So there we have Sun Quan. So the generals will constantly talk throughout the battle. So it kind of really gives you that... So the characters... I'm trying to really get across the fact that the characters throughout Three Kingdoms, they're who you really want to focus on. So they can develop relationships throughout the game. So you can turn someone into a spy, and then they can then spy on... You can send them to spy for another faction, and then they can become so deeply ingrained in that faction they can cause a civil war if you manage to assassinate their faction leader or their faction heir. So then you've become so popular within that person's faction over the course of, say, like 20 years that they can then rebel. So the characters are super important in romance, well, the romance side of Three Kingdoms. And I think the battle is slowly turning in my favour at the minute. It's still kind of 50-50. And in the post-battle, you can also choose what happens to characters. So although there's permadeath, you can still choose, if they didn't die in one-on-one combat, if they were just wounded, then you can choose to either capture them or, kill them. So there's Zhang Liao. He was the leader of this ambush, and I think I just hit him with one of my leader's abilities. But yeah, his health is pretty much, gone. Yeah, and I'm doing a bit of a silly thing here, sending Sun Quan into one-on-one combat, but we managed to wound one of their generals. And your spies, so going back to the whole spy point, that was the focus on the kind of the interview that we had. The spies can become like a double agent, so they can actually turn against your faction, so they can then be, I think, be replanted back into your own. Either way, there's a huge amount more detail and depth going into character interactions and spying, essentially, as there was a lot of that going on, in that period. I would have liked to have got hands-on with the campaign, but that was only shown to us via a flyover. I don't think they're ready to show that off at the moment. But the battle, I generally had positive impressions of it. I did play on hard, and it was very hard, but this was I think this was a battle made for the purpose of showing off the game to us. And I think it did a good job of showing off the different unit types, the different abilities, and the new additions such as dueling into Total War, because I don't think we've seen duels before. That's kind of a new addition to Three Kingdoms. And at the minute, I am now just chasing down enemy troops. So, managed to get victory here. This is the first time I played it. I did fail on hard, I think 2 or 3 times before I managed to get victory. Pyrrhic victory here. Whatevs. I think it was more than a Pyrrhic victory, personally, but, so, to sum up, this is my first time playing Three Kingdoms, and I was overall very happy with what I played. So if you want to see more, please do let me know. I'll try and get access to it whenever I can and show off whatever I can whenever I'm able to. So if I'm able to go to any more early access events, I certainly will try. I love Total War. I love this time period that it's set in. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing more. What did you guys think of the demo? Let me know in the comments below. Massive thanks to Sega and Creative Assembly for bringing me down to San Francisco and trying out Three Kingdoms for the first time. And I think that's all from me for now. So apologies if the commentary is a little bit disjointed. I very rarely do things kind of post-commentary. It's always a bit awkward for me. But thank you for bearing with me, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Toodaloo! Many thanks to Barack Obama, Dr. Freaky, Goran Gamer, Grey Shot, Hunter of Griefers, I Am a Living Legend, Jiggly Crotch, King Volts, King Gaming, Logan, Lord Hood, Nico, Red, Sam, The Hardmeister, TJ, and Wyatt for being ridiculous round supporters on Patreon, and many thanks to all the other patrons too!